All right. Good morning, everybody. How are you? So glad you're all on the call. Very excited to talk to everybody today. Today is basically integration training day. So, what we're going to do this morning is talk through all the critical things of integrating the two companies together. So, it's going to be fun, but there's a lot of information. So, hang with us. And then we are going to send out, first of all, we're recording this so you can go back and look at this. But we are also going to send out a big email that will recap most of this and make this very, very simple. So make sure you get everybody on so that they can learn how to go through this process properly and maximize all these amazing options and opportunities that we now have. So I am your host today, Shon Whitney, and I think most of you know me. And so I'm going to do the whole show. So it's just all me all the time today. So sit back, get a piece of paper, take some screenshots. But again, I just want to emphasize we will be sending out clear instructions on all of this information. Also, you can obviously call the call center at any time. You can email us. We'll answer questions. Our job is to make sure that your transition from a LoveBiome member to a LifeVantage consultant is very, very smooth. So now I want to start out today as we get started and just do a little bit of a recap of what has happened. So as of October 1st, we are officially part of LifeVantage, if you didn't know that. So we are obviously we're LoveBiome distributors, but we are part of LifeVantage. The merger has been finalized legally and emotionally and all of that. And so we are one big happy family, part of an amazing company with amazing people. And so I just want to give you just a reminder of who we're working with here and who we're going to be part of, which just provides so many incredible opportunities. So LifeVantage is a pioneer of activation and nutrigenomics with actually patented and scientifically validated products that work with your unique biology and help your body make what it needs for health. So the whole story behind LifeVantage is activation, taking products that activate key things in your body. And they are amazing at this. And like I said, they have patents. They're actually working on some things with LoveBiome and our products that I cannot tell you, but they are also working on some human clinical trials. They're very scientifically driven as far as providing you with validation of how amazing these products are. Now, we all know that because I take them every day and I love them, and you take them every day and you love them. And so we know that they're amazing products, but we also want to provide as much backup as possible so you guys can just go to town and nobody can stop you. And this is the most important opportunity of your lifetime. Now, in 2024, technically what they would call 2025, because they do a different cycle on more of a fiscal year than a calendar year, but they did about $238 million in sales worldwide. They're very profitable. They're debt-free. They are traded on the NASDAQ under the symbol LFVN. And so, this is the great news is everything is transparent. It's completely available for you to look at and to see how we're doing globally. And also, I kind of like it because you can also see where the opportunities are. There's huge opportunities throughout the world. And of course, right here at home in the United States and North America, you can see that the bulk of their sales, and to be honest with you, this is pretty close to what LoveBiome is as well. Maybe we were a little bit as a percentage higher in Europe. But we were about 74% North America, and I would say we were probably about 10% Europe and about 15% Asia. So very, very similar track here. But And you're going to see as I walk through this presentation, the great thing about this is that this company, being a public company, they have to do things legally. Yeah, we can't live on the edge, as LoveBiome, as a startup, we could live on the edge. Most regulators wouldn't really look at us, but not LifeVantage. They're very public and very, there's a lot of, people looking at them. So we have to do things legally and we have to do things profitably, which sounds logical in most cases. If you take any kind of business class, I think the number one rule is to run your business profitably so it can grow and you can have money to do amazing things. But sometimes in a startup, you don't always do that. You can run on the edge a little bit, and you can also invest money in advance of sales. So you get into what we kind of call startup or proof of concept mode. And you'll see this all over where people will start a company and then they get lots of investment, but they're very unprofitable. But what they're trying to do is scale up to a point of profitability. Well, the great thing about LifeVantage is that they are profitable, they are debt-free, so they have money to invest in expansion, they have money to invest in perks, they have money to invest in you guys, and so what they want to do is grow globally. And I think with us together, we make a really, really powerful team. So anyway, just want to make sure you understand who they are. This is the team. I think you've all met Steve Fife on the phone. Hopefully those that are coming to Dallas will all get a chance to meet him personally. Carl used to work for Miranda, actually, for many years. I've known Carl for probably 20 years. And Julie Boyster, amazing talent, amazing mind, great marketing mind, great scientific mind. We've got Michelle, who's the Chief People Officer, Alyssa Neufeld, who is compliance. She's the in-house counsel. She's actually really great. She's probably the best compliance person I've ever met with, very marketing oriented. So you don't typically want to meet the compliance people, but she's actually a really good one if you have to meet the compliance people. So, and Kristen Cunningham is their Chief Sales Officer, amazing person, really talented. She's been with several other very large companies in our industry. So she gets it, and she gets distributors, and she has a wonderful team that we deal with. And so really, really great people. And I think you'll notice something here, and somebody brought this up at one of our red carpet fly-ins. Man, there's a lot of women on their top staff in their C-suite. And I think it's amazing. And I got to tell you, I wish other companies, and I wish our company had a lot more women involved, because they are so, it's really amazing. These people that we're dealing with are so sharp and so in tune. And the reality is about 80% of our distributors are women. So it makes sense that they would be that. And I think it's fantastic. And as you get to know them, I think you're going to find they are really genuine, super kind, and just really interested in your success. So we're very excited about this. And then they have a scientific advisory board. Now, there's one person up here that's not listed yet, but he is coming over. We just haven't put him on the slide, and that's Dr. Zach Underwood. So he'll be with us and continuing to help us to explore the possibilities of the gut microbiome and beyond. He is a true PhD microbiologist. And so they're very excited to get him and include him in this. But we have doctors from all over the world on the scientific advisory board. And so the one thing you can say is, when we launch a product at LifeVantage going forward, that it is backed by science, that it is legitimate, and there are legitimate results. And so it's very cool. Okay, moving on. So that was LifeVantage. As far as just a run up to the company, I just want to talk about the compensation plan highlights. I know that a lot of you we've done some trainings online. I'm going to tell you in a minute some resources that you can do in advance of November 1st when we actually merge systems. So everything will come together, that will help to train you so you hit the ground running and knowledgeable. But just a highlight of their plan, which we find, this is one of the cool things that really attracted us to this, is not just the ability to scale the gut microbiome story to a global audience on a massive scale, but also was what it did for our distributors. How would this affect you guys financially? And as we looked at the compensation plan highlights, we found that it was a very attractive front end, rewarding customer acquisition and subscription enrollment with some really great benefits to get people going quickly. Right when they get into the program, we want them right away to move to the next level, and lots of benefits for that. They have things like discount codes for new people, so people can get a discount code and give it to a friend, and get all the things that we talked about that you guys have brought up to us. They have, and it's pretty cool. So when you bring someone in, they can get going really fast. They can give discount codes to customers. They can get people to try it. They have a 9-level unilevel. Remember, ours was an 8-level at the higher levels, and they're a 9-level. And then they have 15 paid as titles, which was something that people constantly talk to us about. We need more titles for people to keep moving up the ladder. And that's what they did. And these titles are amazing, and there's huge benefits all along the whole path, massive benefits. They have a 51% payout in their unilevel plan. Ours was 45%, so you make more money on your unilevel. And then they've set aside 13% of global sales. So I want you to do the math. Help me do the math. If you're a 200 and something million dollar company, what's 13% of that? And that was one of the things that we always kind of struggled with is we had the 3% infinity, and then we had the dynamic compression pool. But the problem was our global size wasn't enough to really dramatically increase your check. Theirs is. And 13% they put into leadership bonuses with a 4% on the top, and then some other matching bonuses, 9% of matching bonuses. So you're encouraged to actually work deep in your organization. And then they do weekly subscription runs. So every single week. So if I come in on the 20th, I can put my subscription run on the 20th. So it was one of the things that we couldn't quite do yet, and that was because we had one time a month, the 10th. Now, when you first come over, when we shift your records over, everyone in the LoveBiome team will be on the 10th still. Now, if you're comfortable with that, you kind of adjusted to that, you can just leave it, and your auto ship will run on the 10th, your subscription run. And but if you're not, you will have the ability to personally go into your back office and change it to a different time in the month. And so you'll have a lot of flexibility, and you can change what you're doing. I mean, you'll have all access to that. But at first, when we port you over, it's going to all be on the 10th, and then you can move from there. So cool. All right, let's keep going here for a moment. So I just want to mention the incentive trips. So there's 3 categories of incentive trips that you need to pay attention to. Okay, number 1 is Growth Summit. They do that every 6 months. They bring groups in, and this is basically a red carpet kind of fly-in. You qualify for this in the early ranks of the company. And then as you do that, then you are selected to come into the office, take the tour, do some deep learning, meet all the staff. And so it's a really cool thing right out of the bat as I sponsor new people, get them on the path to qualify for Growth Summit. And it's really actually pretty easy. I believe you have to hold 10,000 OV Infinity for 3 straight months. And so not that difficult, basically like Builder at 9,600 level, and hold that for 3 months, and then you would be included in the next Growth Summit. So really cool stuff there. They have 90 sprint regional trips, 90-day sprint trips. So every 3 months, you've got a different sprint trip you're running for. The one right now is Mexico. So they're going down to Mexico, and Bahia, Mexico, and going to be really, really cool. And then they have an annual executive destination trip. This year, they're going to Thailand. And so if you qualify this during the year and you're at a certain level, they'll take you to these. Last year, they did a safari in South Africa and some amazing trips, amazing trips. They have so many perks. It's incredible. All right. And then meetings and events. So we have regional in-person corporate events. Momentum Academy is coming up. If you're not registered, get registered now. Tomorrow, I believe, is the last day to register. So Friday is the last day. So we need to get you registered. If you haven't done it, reach out to your group. If everybody in this call, if you could just say to yourself, I'm going to get one more person to come with me to Dallas, if you're coming to Dallas. Now, for the UK and for Europe, they have a UK event in November. It's the same thing. And in Taiwan, it's actually happening this week for Asia. So really, really cool stuff. So we're going to have that the 23rd, 24th, 25, and we're expecting about 1,800 people, maybe up to 2,000. So it's going to be a huge event. If you've been with LoveBiome as a smaller startup company, we never could have the size of an event. So it is insane. It's so cool. There's going to be lots of great information, chance to meet everybody, including some massive LifeVantage leaders that could be really helpful for you in your business. You need to get to know these people. They are incredible. And of course, they're all very excited to meet you guys. I mean, super excited. Anyway, they keep talking about it. Like, I can't wait to meet the LoveBiome people. They're so cool and da da da. They're so energetic and they're so fun. And anyway, so it's going to be a great event. Just a note. If you are coming to Dallas, they like to have a lot of fun too. So don't just think you're sitting there writing notes the whole time. This is kind of a party. So there will be a lot of great information, a lot of great recognition, but it is kind of a party. So I think it's Friday night, we have a rhinestone cowboy party. So yeah, if you're coming, you need to go and find some rhinestone cowboy hat, rhinestone jacket, shoes, just rhinestone it up, baby. It's going to be awesome. So really, really fun, super fun group. So they're going to have a great time. So you want to come, like I say, just, jump in the car, drive to Dallas, whatever it takes, stay in an Airbnb with 5 of your friends and have a blast and learn about the future of LoveBiome products. And then right after, by the way, we have a 20-city U.S. tour planned. So they'll be coming all over the United States in a road show and to get close to your people that couldn't come. And we'll be announcing that soon, but they're going to be everywhere. And so you can take people to a live meeting and learn all about it. And then we do a global convention every 18 months. Next one is October. They just had one, so it'll be October of 2026 here in Salt Lake City. So it's going to be great. I think they have 4,000 to 5,000 people come to that. So that's a global convention. Now let's look at some of the perks and rewards. So every pin, you get an event pin and a certificate program for each title. So every time you hit a title, remember there's 15 titles. You get a pin and a certificate every single time. So you're recognized all along the path. Also, as you hit certain levels, every executive level, so like EC1 through EC4, all the way up to presidential, every single level that you would obtain, you get these top level gifts. I mean, we're talking gifts that are worth $10,000 to $25,000. I mean, these are big gifts. And then they have a car program, and this car program is amazing. They do it with Jeeps. So if you love Jeeps, this is a cool thing. And they don't lease it for you at all. They hand it to you. They give you the Jeep and they logo it for you. And it's super cool. It's a huge deal. They've given away hundreds. Actually, it's been crazy. So really, really fun. I mean, for me, my goal would be to hit executive level, then to get the Jeep, and then to hit presidential. That's my goal. So anyway, and then they have leadership perks at events. So you get special treatment events, special seating, special everything. So you're very treated special as you get up to the top levels. And so it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited for you guys to come to Dallas and see all this in action and really feel the vibe. It's amazing how many new leaders are flooding in because of this merger. We're actually talking with a couple of very, very large leaders that want to come over and be part of this. So it's pretty exciting. So anyway, so the path is amazing. The compensation plan is amazing. The people are amazing. And now we just got to go to work. We got to get the word out on all of this. Now, let me walk you through a couple of timelines. So October 1, the website and product lines officially began merging. So behind the scenes, we're beginning to merge everything. And then, of course, we have our big event in Dallas. So please, if you haven't registered, register. Okay. And then LoveBiome, November 1, LoveBiome transitions to LifeVantage Evolve compensation plan. So starting November 1, everybody is on the LifeVantage compensation plan. You will be brought in for recognition as a recognition title based on what you did in September and also October. Okay, so they're going to look at that when we finish, and they're going to say if you were an equivalent of like an EC3 from a recognition perspective for perks and recognition and all that, you will be an EC3 in their plan. So if you're an SC5 or something like that, then you'll be, SC5. Anyway, wherever you are, you're going to be brought over like that from a recognition perspective. Now, obviously, commissions are paid on what you do in November. So anyway, just like they are in October. So, but your title, what you're seen as, your tag in Dallas, all of this will reflect where you are. Okay, so you want to kind of keep driving hard and get up to the best level that you possibly can, so you come in at a higher recognition level, which has ramifications, and I'm going to talk to you about that. So, and then December 1 through 5 is the Drive ERA incentive trip to Bahia Mita, sorry, in Mexico. Very cool, all-inclusive resort, trip of a lifetime, really cool. Now, the way we came into this very late, and so for the North American reps, it's basically, remember we did a promo. We have 5 spots for this. And so what we did was September and October, you have to be leader and above to be in the running. And then we're going to look at your weekly income total. Okay, so it's based on your weekly income total, and that will get you potentially a trip to Bahia Mita in Mexico. So we'll be announcing that right after the month closes. So we'll let you know. So, okay. So here's some other timelines. 2026 is a virtual global kickoff. March 26 is the executive destination trip to Thailand, which is awesome. Also in March, we're going to have our next Growth Summit reward trip. So what you're doing now in October and November, December really matters, because this is how you qualify for the March 2026 fly-in, the Growth Summit award trip. This is where we bring you in. So you want to be focused on that 10,000, okay? So 10,000 OV Infinity is where you want to be, okay? So April 2026 is Momentum Academy again, just like we're doing in Dallas and London and Taiwan. We're going to do it again in April. And October 2026 is our giant global convention in Salt Lake City. So we'll want to make sure you guys all come to that. It's going to be phenomenal. Okay. Okay, so here we go. It's getting into the nitty gritty now. So I need you to pay attention for a moment. Okay. So becoming an official LV consultant and streamlining the conversion process. So how do we do this so it's really simple for you guys? Number one, right now, so Friday you're going to get an email, okay, about how you have to go in, and it's going to have a link on it, and it'll tell you what to do. But you just need to go in, and basically you're going to be signing a document that says that you agree to the policies and procedures of LifeVantage, okay? Now, when you signed up with us, you had to do the same thing. You clicked a button when you signed up that said, I agree with the policies and procedures. And then the policies and procedures are right there for you to read through and make sure you're comfortable, and then you just agree, and you're done, okay? If you can do that before November 1st, that's the best, because then there'll be no problems with shifting you over and getting your business going, paying you commissions, getting you products, all those kind of things. But so in advance of that, right now, if you log into your back office, your LoveBiome flywheel, if you log into that right now, you'll see a pop-up that pops up and kind of says, hey, you need to approve or agree to the LifeVantage policies and procedures. And you just click a button, say yes, and you're done. That is in the back office right now. And I know a lot of people have already done it, but if you can help me, anybody in your downline that's a distributor, that is an affiliate that has not done it yet, please reach out to them and say, do this before November 1. The more we can get done, the better. Okay. So, because it's going to, as of November 1, what's going to happen if you don't do it before November 1st? Now, this does not apply to customers. Customers don't do anything. Okay. They just be customers. Okay. No big deal. But you are business builders. So you have to agree to how to do business. And so you need to do that. Just log into your flywheel, knock it out right now before November 1. We'll be sending out an email reminding everybody, but it's good to do it today if you can. Now, if you don't do it by November 1st, when we shift everything over, what's going to happen is you're going to go into a limbo status. And what that means is you won't be able to order and you won't be able to get your commissions until you agree to the policies and procedures. So you'll just need to, same thing, go in and just, agree online. It's just a little click button and you're done. So if you still don't do it, and I can't imagine too many active distributors wouldn't have done it because they're going to go into their back office and look at their business and they have to do it at that point. But if you're not that active and you're just hanging out, and you don't do it by December 1, you will be suspended and you'll need to call the call center to get it turned on again. Okay. So in order to continue to do business, you'll need to call the call center and say, hey, I'm sorry, I missed this. I just need to fix it and agree to the terms. Great. They'll take care of it. So not too bad, not too hard, but we just need everyone to do it. And we really need your help as leaders to get online with your distributors, with all of your downline, encourage them to get this done as quickly as possible. So that's step 1, the most important step, so you can keep getting paid. Don't we all want to get paid? Okay, here we go. Okay, so November 1, on November 1. So one thing is on November 1, so we can purchase and buy and do all the stuff up to midnight on October 31st, Utah time, okay? So you have until then to finish everything for this month. So just go out trick-or-treating and then come back and finish everything and be done by midnight on the 31st. Then on November 1, your entire system is going to shift over to what they call Evo. It's their back office. It's for Evolve, right? So that's their comp plan name. But you're gonna shift over. But as part of that, on midnight, what they're going to do is that they actually have to take down the LifeVantage website and back office. It could be as 24 hours. It could be maximum of 48 hours. Most people are telling me it's going to be 6 to 7 hours. So you may not even notice it, but it will be, if you come on November 1 and it says, hey, we're updating things, don't panic, everything's good. It'll be back up soon. And then you can go ahead and log in to your new back office with LifeVantage. But right around that time, you're going to get an email. It's a welcome email. This goes out to all new people. And what it's going to do is going to show you how to log in. It's going to give you your ID number. And I'm going to talk about ID numbers, okay? It's going to give you training assets. It's going to give you all the things that you need to come in and be successful in LifeVantage. She'll be looking for the welcome email that will come out November 1st, okay? Now, or around there. So, and then, by the way, their back office is amazing. I've been able to look through it and look at it. And first of all, their app, their phone app is insane. You can run your entire business from your phone, no problem. Very easy. You can order, you can sign up with one click, you can take carts and you can send them to people. So they just do one click and they bought and enrolled, and it's amazing. It's really amazing. Very, very high tech and very clear, very easy. And then the other thing, and then their back office is amazing. There's reports of all kinds in there that really allow you to manage your business. So what you can do is, like, they'll do striking distance reports as it gets closer to the end of the month. So you can see exactly what people need to do to get to the next title. You can see exactly what they need to do to qualify for an event. And it's just crazy. It's really, really good. And it's kind of where we had dreamed we could get, but it just would take time and effort. So anyway, now, so you're gonna love, love, love their back office. Seriously, you're gonna love it. You're gonna be like, wow, I'm in the 21st century now, baby. And everything's going to be done on your phone, or can do on your phone. You don't even need your computer, but your computer's cool too. You can do both. Okay. So now your new ID, A lot of people have been asking me, what is our ID? Are we going to get a new ID number? Technically, yes and no. So we're merging your idea. Obviously, they are a much, much bigger company. So they have a lot of distributors. So their number, they've been around, close to 20 years. And so our numbers are going to be at 4.8 million. Okay. So if, for example, my ID number right now is 55668, then my new number would be 48, so 4.8 million, 55668. Okay. And so you can see they're just going to start with 4, 8, and then add your number over. If you have like a 4-digit number, it'll be 00 and then the 4 digits. So basically it stays the same, just adds a 4-8 in front of it, okay? And then if you're a customer for LifeVantage, I believe your number will then be 49 and then your current customer number. So that won't change. So very simple, will not be a big deal. You should be okay. As far as your website and your replicated sites, first of all, LoveBiome.com. If anybody goes there, it'll be redirected to LifeVantage.com. So you won't lose anything there. But if you have your replicated website, we're attempting to take all of those and just redirect them to your new LifeVantage replicated site. So even if you've given out, Barbie at lovebiome.com or whatever, that's your site, we're attempting, I got to confirm this, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to redirect all those. So now it would just be, Barbie at lifevantage.com. So anybody goes to that, your old one, it'll redirect them back to the new one. So you won't really have to do anything with that, okay? The other cool thing is you will have access to all of the LV or LifeVantage products on day one, okay? So you're all going to be LifeVantage distributors, so you have access to all of their benefits and all of their products. Now, I counted yesterday, I think with ours, if you add in ours, there's about 36 products, not including their bundles, okay? Now, their bundles they call stacks. So if you hear the word stack, like right now we're doing the Healthy Edge stack. That just means a bundle. So anyway, so when you see that, so this is about 36 products, not including their stacks. And their stacks range from $500 or $600, down to under $100. So there's a lot of bundles that you can buy. And then obviously there'll be the P84 and some of our products there over time. And so it's going to be really cool. So think of it this way. You're going to get paid more. You get better back office. You get app-based business. And you get, suddenly about 35 new products that you can sell. Okay. So, if somebody is already on P84, you could go back to your list and say, hey, let's get you on, Protandim, or let's get you on the collagen, or let's get you on the GLP-1 product, or let's get you on the hair care, or let's get you on the beauty products. I mean, there's a lot that you can now do and have access to the moment we click over on November 1. So very, very cool. All right. Now, this is the resources I was talking about. This is one you want to write down if you have it. It's hub.lifevantage.com. If you haven't gone here, I want to super encourage you between now and November 1st to go here, okay? hub.lifevantage.com. There's news, events, but if you look down at the bottom, it says training, okay? Training. You can get all of the training information on how the back office works, how the compensation plan works. There's videos. All these are videos. How the products work, how the app works. I mean, there's just tons of training on there. They're all video-based, short videos, easy to do, so you can look them up. Also, you can look at the sales incentives that are running right now, and you can also see the products. So if you want to dive into all of the products, you can dive into the products and kind of really get an understanding. There's a lot of videos on there. So what I'm saying is, if it was me and it's my business and I want to make a lot of money at this business, any business I want to make money at, I got to understand it. Okay. I got to become an expert. So here is a site that will help you become an expert between now and the 31st. So November 1, when you hit, you know how to sign people up. You know how the back office works. You know the products and why they're amazing. And you know the sales incentives, all these things. And then they do a lot of product promotions, you guys. A lot of product promotions. They'll do a Black Friday promo from time to time. And so there's a lot of emphasis not just on building a business, but building customer business. And so tons and tons of free products, codes, product promotions, buy two, get one free. We talked a lot about that, and we did that for a while. They do it all the time. So if you're building just a customer-based business, you're going to absolutely love LifeVantage. So, but obviously there's the other side. You can sign up leaders and make tons of money. So there you go. All right, let's move on. This is for example, this is the getting started video with Kristen. You'll see that in hub.lifevantage.com. This is, for example, some of the tutorials that you'll see on that hub is how to log in, how to subscribe, how to share a cart. So you can create a cart and then share it with somebody, your customers, or on social media, and people can go on and hit one button and buy. Super easy. How to set up your website, how, the LifeVantage app. You can go on the store right now and download the iOS store or the, what's the other one? Samsung or whatever store, and get their app. And then there's subscription health reports. So these are just different reports that you can look at about your subscription. And anyway, crazy amount of exciting new things, but you have to take the time to understand it and to use it and utilize it. And if I'm building a business, that's what I do all day, is try and learn how I can be a better salesperson. So they have the compensation plan videos. So you can go on there and watch how the compensation plan works. And more importantly, the behaviors that they reward. Okay. So that's the key thing with any comp plan, is you need to understand the logic and the behaviors that make you money. Okay. And so that's what the Evolve video will talk about, from the moment you get started to how do I get to the next rank, or, how do I get paid on customer volume and all that stuff. The other cool thing I like is any retail volume that you get is paid to you daily. And then they have monthly payments for all the other stuff. So, and then there's the Evolve booklet that talks about the comp plan. There's a getting started video that walks you through how to get started. There's the perks booklet that walks through all the things I was talking about with all the benefits and perks. And so lots of good material on that hub.lifevantage.com. Okay, now I want to talk about price changes. On November 1st, we will change to the LV 3-tiered pricing. So if you remember, right now there's 3-tiered pricing in LoveBiome. The first tier is retail. That's no change between the two companies. So retail is still just retail. That's somebody that's not on subscription and not a consultant. So that person just pays full retail price. Okay. That retail volume that you earn from that retail sale, again, is paid daily. So very cool. And then on the next is in their plan, our next one would have been wholesale. So like if I become a consultant, I pay that price, but I'm not on subscription. That was my price. Their middle is customer subscription. Okay. So if I'm a customer and I'm on subscription, I get a better price than retail, but they reserve the very, very best price for consultants. Okay. So if you sign up and pay the money, you become a consultant. Okay. Now, LoveBiome's sign-up fee was $25. Their sign-up fee is $50. So it is a little bit more expensive, but I think you get an awful lot for that money. Tons and tons. So now So that's a little different than us. Our lowest is subscription. So if you're a customer or a consultant on subscription, you get the best price in LoveBiome. In their program, the best price is reserved for consultants. So, okay. So now in order to do that, so you can see if you have a customer on subscription today, that their price is going to change a little bit when we cut over on November 1st. They will no longer be on the best pricing. So for the rest of October until October 31st, you can upgrade any customer to a consultant status at no charge, okay? So if you have a bunch of customers and you're worried, oh no, their price might change come November 1, turn them into a consultant. They can be a consultant without working. They just get the best price, okay? So just change that. And just contact the call center or send an email to Amber or Andrew or myself. I can help you. And we'll get those customers upgraded at no charge. But the call center is aware of this. So you can contact your customers and say, hey guys, we can become consultants for free. Then you'll get the best price. Also, anything you recommend, you get paid on. So cool. But if you just want to stay a customer and they don't want to do that, great. Their price will change slightly on November 1. But I think it's pretty cool. I would do it. So anyway, so free upgrade until October 31st. Please make sure your downline knows. Okay. All right. Now, how does customer service work in LifeVantage? Okay. So obviously in most markets, you'll be able to just go on your phone and order, or you can go online and order at lifevantage.com. You can go in your back office and order or sign up, all of those. But if you need to call in, which some markets you'll see at least short term will need to call in, okay? This is how they do it. We have a regular customer service line for customers and people below MC1. So what they do is they do rank pools of customer service. So there is a VIP line. This will be in the email that you get. We'll give you the actual phone numbers. We won't want to do that yet because it is title based, okay? So if you're MC1 to MC2 in their plan, that's kind of the beginning titles, you get a VIP line, okay? So you'll have a special phone number that you call, and there's a pool of reps that will help you. They only help VIPs. That's it. That's why when you join and get going, you want to be at least an MC1 or MC2 right away because you get more benefits. But if you're MC3 or above, okay, so that is, then you get a separate group of reps, kind of a little bit higher experience. Think of like your airlines, if you're gold, Delta Gold, you get this level of service. Delta Platinum, you get this level, and Delta Diamond, you get the top level. So they have that option here. So you'll have a leadership line, and that's MC3 and above, okay? And those are special reps that are specially trained to help you take care of all of your demands and needs will be taken care of very well, much better than we could have. So dedicated sales rep for LoveBiome that will work specifically with our top leaders to help them hit. So in addition to these are customer service lines. Okay, we're going to give you those numbers. Don't worry. Right now, we still use the same one we have. But as you get into the upper echelons, like the executive levels and stuff like that, we'll have a specific dedicated sales rep that will work with our executives from LoveBiome and help them plan out to hit goals, to get swag, to help support where they can in meetings, all this kind of stuff. So and they will sit with you and how are we going to get your person down on your 4th level up to next title? They're there to strategically support you. So very cool resource, very awesome. So that's the customer service piece. More to come on that. Again, all of this will be in an email, and this presentation will be available to you. So now let's talk products for a moment. So one thing you have to understand, and I'm going to set this up for you properly, is that they have about 57,000 active leaders worldwide. They have many, many more than that, into the hundreds of thousands of just leaders on the books and customers. But we're talking active, get up every day and work the business leaders, 57,000 of them. And so everything that they do from a LifeVantage side is dependent on product availability or inventory. If we don't have enough inventory of something, they will suck it out in about 2 seconds, and it'll now have no inventory. So we're doing this kind of in an inventory stages. Okay, so there's stages to this. So for products, P84, PhytoPower X, PhytoPower B, and PhytoPower I will continue for LoveBiome members and customers while supplies last for auto ship templates. Okay, so here's the deal. They've got to go build a whole bunch. Just to give you an idea on P84. So let me tell you this. Last year, they launched a product called Mind and Body. And Mind Body it's obviously still there. It's a GLP-1 pill. It's a pill that you take that helps to slow your digestion and increase the level of GLP-1 in your system. Scientifically proven that it'll increase the GLP-1 production in your body by over 200%. It's a pretty cool product. I love it, actually. But so they had this leading up to last year's big convention. They thought they built a ton of product. They thought they had it locked down. That product sold out worldwide in 12 days. 12 days. It just sucked out. And so that took them about 4 months to rebuild all the product they needed, and it really hurt them. So they're very sensitive about making sure we have product on hand that you can sell and put people on subscription. So right away, as we start, just for LoveBiome people that are coming from LoveBiome, you will have everybody will have immediate access to P84. So that one they've built, I don't know, I think we have orders in for up to 100,000 already, and they're placing more orders. So they're very, very excited about P84. But PhytoPower X, PhytoPower B, PhytoPower I, we do not have enough to service the LifeVantage people. Okay, so it's going to be restricted to just LoveBiome people while supplies last. Okay, so meaning if you have a LoveBiome subscription template with B on it, you're good. You're going to get your B through the end of the year. They're rebuilding, so hopefully in January their plan is to launch X and B and I to the LifeVantage side. Okay. So then their people will all be able to get it, and they got to have a lot of it because they're very excited about it. But when it runs out, if it runs out between now and December or before they can relaunch it, then that product will just be on pause until they can relaunch the product. So if you want some, you can stock up now. Make sure you don't go out. Purchase now. Make sure you have enough to make it through December. For your own personal needs or your customer needs. So be thinking about that. We're entering a very, very large pool. So just to give you an idea, LoveBiome has about 10,000 active reps. So they have about 6 to 7 times the number of reps we have, and lots of customers. So it's big. Okay. So only P84 will be on the LifeVantage website. Okay. So when you move over on November 1, the only LoveBiome product that you will see will be the P84. If there's others that you want to get, you'll need to call into the customer service line and place that order. So if you want X or you want B or whatever, you just have to call in. It won't be on the website, because if it goes on the website, everybody in the world, all those 60,000 people can just grab it and suck our inventory out, and we're not ready. So, okay, XBI and hydration will be launched to the LoveBiome site once they build enough inventory, which they're working on now, but it takes between 90 and 100 days to build that inventory. So coming soon. So you won't see it on the LifeVantage website at first, but then you will. So hang in there. So if you want some of those products, please call in to the customer service line. They know who you are by your ID number, and they'll work with you to purchase those other products outside of P84. I hope that's clear. Okay. All right, moving on. So discontinued products. These products, at least for now, well, many of them will not be coming back. Okay. So this is the last month. So October is the last month. Now Phytopower E in the United States is pretty much already gone. Okay. So you probably just want to buy X. But CT, Calm, and Phytopower T, those ones we still have some inventory in some markets. But if you want them, you need to buy them this month. Now, there are some replacements on the LifeVantage product line. Like for tea, they have one called Fat Burn. And Fat Burn is basically like tea. It's more of a pill-based. You just take it and it burns fat for you. So you take that in combination with their GLP-1 and P84, and you got a golden combination. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. And then there's Phytopower Original, which was replaced with Phytopower 1, but we still have some of those. So if you want them, you can stock up on them now before October 31st. Phytopower W is going away. Obviously, they have a GLP-1 product. They don't need Phytopower W anymore. So that one is going away. And the old bottles, the Next Balance and Next Detox, there is some of those left in various markets. So just contact your customer service, or if you see it on our website, October is the last time to buy these products, guys. So if you want them, if you love them, stock up on them. But like I say, there are some alternatives to these. So, okay, moving on. Okay, how to purchase LoveBiome products by market. Now, this is because there's going to be a little bit of a transition period here. So, Group 1 on November 1, the USA, Netherlands, Taiwan, really no change. You just go online. There'll be P84. You'll get a new website, LifeVantage.com. You can buy the products there. No big deal. If you have any questions, you can just call the call center. They have about 50 call agents full-time. So you'll have a much easier experience calling the call center, and they're amazingly trained. So beautiful, amazing. So, okay. So those guys, just really no big change. You guys will continue on. If you have questions, let them know. Okay. Now Group 2 markets, LifeVantage products online. So the moment, if you're in Canada, for example, the moment that we cut you over, you have access to all of the LifeVantage products. You can sign people up. You can do all the things, okay? The only thing that I am talking about is access to LoveBiome products, okay? So those products will be available with limited online and NFR capabilities. So in these markets, you'll be able to pretty much purchase everything, but you may have to call the call center for the LoveBiome products to get those purchased. Because again, back to that issue is some of these products are not registered in those countries yet. So they're registering them, getting them ready, but we can still ship them to you through NFR. You can still earn commissions. Everything is fine with these markets, okay? And so you'll need to, you may have to call the call center if you have any questions on those, on how to buy the LoveBiome products, like P84. But most of those should be available for you right on the website. So, okay, Group 3. So Group 3 is the LifeVantage products will be online, and the LoveBiome products and sign up is available through the call center. So here's the thing with Sweden, Norway, and British Virgin Islands is they've never had business there before. So these are brand new markets for them. So what they have to do is they have to go now and register the products, the LoveBiome products, and actually their products in these markets, which they're very excited about. They're very excited about Sweden, very excited to support Norway, but they haven't done business there before. So they're going to get the products all registered and ready to go. So for these markets short term, all orders and signups, just call the call center, okay? And they have good hours for you, and you can just call them and they'll take your order. They'll do the sign up for you. Everything will be fine. You'll still have access to the back office and all of that, but you just can't go online and buy them because they're not registered in those markets yet. But pretty simple process. Okay, that's group 3. Now, group 4 markets, LifeVantage products and signups are online. So, like if I'm in Japan on November 1, I am a Japanese LifeVantage consultant now. I can sell their products. They have a big office in Japan. They have staff. They have a call center. They're ready to go in Japan. Same with, Taiwan obviously has an office and all that stuff. So Taiwan's really good to go. They have a pretty good operation there already. But like say for example, Japan, I just go on and I can buy any LifeVantage product. I can sign people up. I can earn commissions and it's all legal. Everything's great. But if I want LoveBiome products and I'm in Japan, I have to call the call center because for the short term, while they get that registered, I'm still going to ship that from the United States to them like we do now. So these markets, Japan, New Zealand, UK is kind of in the same boat. So the UK, they have a nice office in the United Kingdom. They have a warehouse in the United Kingdom. I think it's in London. So you're good to go on the LifeVantage side. But if I want my LoveBiome products in the UK for the short term while they register them in the UK, they're still going to be shipped from the Netherlands. So you'll need to call and place that order separately. Okay. Same goes. And actually, now this is interesting because now we pick up a couple markets that we did not have. Thailand, we do not have, but they're open in Thailand. And so if you have people in Thailand, you can call them up and get them going. Hong Kong, Singapore, you can sell and sign up with LifeVantage products only at this time. The LoveBiome products have to go through a registration process in Thailand, Hong Kong, Singapore. So for right now, you can do everything with LifeVantage, but you just have to those little markets you can't buy LoveBiome. Okay. Now, group 5. Let's talk about these group 5 markets. So here's an issue that we're running into is that these markets, they're not in. They have no support on the ground, and in most cases, they can't pay commissions here either. And so these markets, effective November 1, will not be open anymore, at least for a while. Okay, so these will be shut down. However, there is a good possibility that we're still formalizing that with a lot of the tech staff here, that there will be a way, if you're in any of these markets, for you to use myusa.com. This is a service, okay? So myusa.com, what you do is you go on and you register with them. It's a free registration. It's called myusa.com. They service almost 220 countries worldwide. And you just go on and register. Like let's say I'm in Bahamas and I want to still get products. I can go register on myusa.com. When you do that, it gives you a US address, okay? And you just use that US address to ship products to. They then take those products and they ship them out worldwide, okay? And the shipping is actually pretty good. I was really shocked. I looked at a couple the other day. So it's possible for you to do that. Now, we can't pay commissions here because we're not legally registered there. But if you have customers there, you can definitely do that. And if you have a legitimate address in another country where we do operate, like the United States or Canada or something, you could sign your distributorship there if you have a legal ability to do that. And then you can ship products to customers in these markets using myusa.com. So something to think about if you have customers that you want to service in these markets temporarily. I'll show you this really quick. So this is myusa.com. It ships worldwide. But as far as the company is concerned, we're just shipping to a US address. So there's no problem from us. And then they take it and they ship it around the world for you. Okay. I think it takes 7 to 14 days, so it's not terrible.
Hey,
So
Sean.
anyway, something to think about if you have people in any of those markets that will no longer be serviced by us, at least short term, while we go through registration process and make sure it's a profitable venture for LifeVantage. So
Sean,
yes,
sorry, can I interrupt you for just 1 second?
yeah, go ahead.
You're saying myusa.com, but you're
Oh,
showing
sorry.
myus.com. Can we just
Thank
clarify?
you. Yeah, thank you, Adam. It's a bad habit. So it's myus.com. Okay. So what you do is you just go there and you create an account, okay, or the person that wants to purchase and have product shipped to them creates an account, and then that's going to issue you a US address. You take that address and you call up or go online and just place an order for what you want, and that it becomes the address. So it's a US order with a US address, and it ships to that person or to that address, and then it ships from there to wherever it's going. So anyway, you'll see it's very simple and it's free. It's a free sign up. So it's pretty cool. It may be a good alternative for people that still want to have customers in various markets that we cannot service yet, but it's cool. So thank you, Adam. myus.com. Okay. Now group 6 markets. Okay. So we're in the process of registering products, but we can't ship LoveBiome products until we are finalized, because these markets are more difficult and people get kind of upset. And there's a lot of legal liability if we try and ship products in and pay commissions. So here's the process. So again, on November 1, everybody in Mexico and everybody in Australia will instantly become a LifeVantage rep, a consultant. They can sell LifeVantage products. They can earn commissions on those products. They can qualify. They can do everything. It's just when it comes to LoveBiome products, they won't be able to get those until we finish the registration process. And they're working on that now. They've already started. They're pushing as fast as they can. They know people love it. But one thought process, specifically with Mexico, is that a lot of people know people here. So if you want the products, just ship them to a friend here in the US, and I bet you can just pick them up and use them. So anyway, so that's temporarily. We can't do that. So you'll on November 1, you'll have access to all of LifeVantage stuffs, but not to the other ones. So okay, let's move on here. So a lot of people then say, how do I open a market? I've got this great leader in Zimbabwe and I want Zimbabwe opened. Okay, open Zimbabwe. How do I get that going? How do I do that? So the great thing about LifeVantage is they want to expand. They are anxious to expand globally, but they need to do it in a very legal and profitable manner. Okay. So just because you say, I know I have a cousin who has a friend that lives down by the water and they really, really want to have us come into the country. That was the LoveBiome model, is we would open it for everybody. We can't do that at LifeVantage. So there has to be a business case made for that. That the investment required to go into that market will result in a profitable venture. So typically, I asked the top brass here, what is kind of the threshold? And they said 50,000 US dollars in sales per month gets them very interested in opening markets. And so now you say, well, how can I get that if we're not open there? How can I get 50,000? Well, this is where kind of, customers and leaders and, proof of volume and stuff like that. We'll have to put a case together, okay, and submit it to them. So, but it is possible, and they do expand constantly. So they just opened Iceland, by the way. That was an interesting one. They just opened the Canary Islands, or they're in the process of doing it. And so they're constantly opening things, but we just need to make the case. Okay, let's keep going. Last slide. So that's pretty much it, you guys. That's how we cut over. Please go to hub.lifevantage.com and watch those videos. You're going to be very grateful you did. And again, you're going to get an email, I think on the 17th, and then again, you'll get another email around the 1st with a welcome email that will give you lots of links and lots of things to do. So you're good to go on November. You're running, you're making money, you're just having a great time. Now, of course, you can still just keep ordering normal, keep driving. You want to get to the best possible title you can leading into November 1 through the end of this month, through October 31st. So you want to keep going, keep growing because everything you do right now will be shifted over to LifeVantage, 100%. Your tree will stay the same. Everything stays the same. Okay, so everything you do now is really going to be helpful when we cut over in November. So to help you do that, okay, we've come up with the Healthy Edge Stack. Remember, stack is a word for bundle. Okay. So they call it stack. You can buy a P84 and a Pro Tandem together at a discount, and that's October 15th to December 31st. Now, this promo, the sign up promo, runs to December 31st. Yeah, December 31st. But for us, this runs through the end of this month. And then you just keep going. Anything you do this month counts. Everything's great. Okay, really quick. So right now, if I use the Healthy Edge stack to sign people up, they get, it's $200 plus the sign up fee and 200 CV. So it's a 100% payout on the new signups. And if I sign up three people on the Healthy Stack, I get $200 for that. Every time I do it, no limit to this. Just keep signing people up on the Healthy Edge. Okay. And then if I just want to purchase myself, it's 200 and 160 CV. Okay. So it is definitely a better deal than buying them individually. And then the pricing, customer on subscription is $225, $160. It says SV. That's one more thing I wanted to train you on. We call them CV, commissionable volume. They call them SV, sales volume. So it's the same thing. You see SV, that equals CV, okay? And then retail is $250, $160, SV or CV. So this is live now in the shopping cart for the United States, okay? All other markets comes online on November 1st. You'll have access to this promo, and you can just keep signing people up on this promo, and their cost is $200, but their CV is $200, so you get paid. So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool thing. Okay, well, that is pretty much it, you guys. I know I went a little bit longer, but there was a lot to cover. So key takeaways. Number one, go into your back office and approve your policies and procedures now. You can do that now. Friday, you'll get a mail with lots of good information on it. And then November 1, you will get another mail with a welcome email. And remember, November 1, the site may be down for up to 24 hours as they integrate everything together into one big happy family. So no panicking if it's down. It'll be right back up. All right. That's all I got. Thank you, guys. I know that was kind of a technical, boring thing, but hopefully it gave you lots of information that you can get prepared for the integration. Okay. We're very excited. This is going to be a great deal. And I just want to see all of you at the presidential level. Okay. That should be your goal. Presidential or bust. You can do it. All right. Love you guys. Have a great time. I will see you in Texas or London or Taiwan. We're doing them all over the world. But go on now and register. You only have till Friday. Get your downline to register. Come to Dallas if you're in North America. Please. I want to see you there. So, okay. Thanks, you guys. Have a great day. Bye.